Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we gathered some goodies and just generally unlocked this location, the Temple of Time, which is the Sacred Grove long, long ago, and it uses an entirely very grey and gold kind of palette. Not much colour going on here, apart from me, I'm very green. Anyway, if we head up to the same place that the Master Sword would be in the present day, just up here, we see, once again, a pedestal for the Master Sword. People, I'm not going to spoil it, just because, I don't know, it's been fucking 20 years or whatever, but there are still some people who have not played Ocarina of Time. So I'm not going to spoil it, but people who have played Ocarina of Time and know the ending, take note of what happens here, specifically that window. That very specific window. Remember what happens with that window at the end of Ocarina of Time, and conspiracy theories run wild. I'm not really implying anything, I'm just saying I think that is the same window, so have a little think about that. Anyway, let's properly enter the Temple of Time. So yeah, whilst the Temple of Time was a place in Ocarina of Time, it wasn't actually a physical temple in the dungeon sense of the word, but it is in this game, which is very interesting. Also, if you look carefully, I've always thought the minimap for this particular floor of the Temple of Time looks like a clown. That might just be me being crazy, but it can't just be me. Anyway, if we come over here... Doctor, don't you think there's something strange about that statue? She said odd, but I paraphrased. In the grove and the temple entry, there were always matching statues, one on each side, but there's only one here. Why don't you use your senses to take a look around? Obvious hand-holding is obvious. Let's turn into wolf, and like you said, bring up our senses. Statue! I knew it! There was one more here, originally. We need to find the other statue in the temple that matches this one. That's a bit hand-holdy, that bit, but I suppose it feels that way because I've played this game a lot. I guess when you haven't, it's a bit more, because this temple is in a lot of ways quite unusual. I'm going to start off with it. I love this temple. I have one issue with it, kind of, which I'll talk about at the end, but, well, two issues, really. One is the music, because the music is crap in this temple for what it really is. Anyway, we've got this little horned beastie. If we put it down on here, then it raises that thing over there. Yeah, the music just... Not only is it crap, but it just doesn't feel right for this temple either. Like, you know what the music's like in the Temple of Time, the kind of and it's really cool. This, however, just, it's weird. It's kind of, I guess it kind of fits in its own way, but I'm just not a massive fan of it, really, to be honest. I feel like I've done a lot more based on the themes they already have established for the Temple of Time. Maybe a kind of creepy dungeon version of that would have been much cooler. Generally, though, that, and I have one more complaint I'll get to when I get to it, but generally I love this dungeon. In terms of puzzle design, it's one of my favourites, and just general dungeon design, it's brilliant. Anyway, it's one of my favourites in the game, actually, if not my favourite. Would anything beat it? Forest? No. Goron Mines? Maybe. Lakebed? Definitely not. Arbiter's Grounds? No. Snow Peak? Snow Peak probably beats it for overall feel, but, well, you'll see what I mean as we go on anyway. Anyway, if we like those things there, we get a small key, and if we come up here, yeah, we saw Uku running up the stairs, dear, so let's go over and see her. Not so fast. At last, this is it. This is where I've been trying to get to. The ancient technology of our people sleeps in this place. We've searched all over, and now we're so close I can smell it. Once we find that thing, we can go home at last. Oh, gracious, yes. Young man. We're so close, so please help us find what we're looking for. You reunited with Uku. Yes, this is the only dungeon in which Uku is utterly unavoidable. But if you remember what Russell said last episode, he said, yeah, that some dormant technology of the people who preceded the ancestors of the Hylians sleep here, who are ancient but quite advanced civilization. And that appears to be Uku's civilization. Have a think about that. Anyway, young Goma. Let's kill it. Yeah, just gonna warn you now, because I feel it should be fair. If any of my viewers, and I know fucking Beta Ray Ben of Pixel Spank if you're watching, if any of my viewers are arachnophobes, this temple may not be for you. It depends. I know some people who are fine with spiders if they're on a screen, but just in real life and not so good with them. But generally, if just seeing them on screen freaks you out, like bugs and specifically spidery kind of things, this episode may not be for you, nor will be the next episode, nor the episode following that. So skip straight ahead to episode 39? 38. 38 will be the next one where we won't be at the Temple of Time, I suspect. So, yeah, do that. Anyway, if we come through here, you'll notice I put a pop down on that switch, and this gives us some arrows. Hint, 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 hint. And then if we come up here, so we'll notice when we press the switch down with that jug, it opened this gate, but it closed this gate, so we actually can't proceed. But we placed a pot on there. Pots are fragile. You'll see what I mean as we go on about how this dungeon, oh hello, this dungeon has just got some lovely just general puzzle design and just little things like that are straightforward but just kind of make you smile when you finally solve them. It's also full of Lizzlefoss, so Mortal Draw is a pretty, about to say pretty reliable day of taking these guys out, but apparently not. Killed both of them fairly effectively though. Oh no, don't put your sword away like that, I just wanted to put it away so it's ready for a Mortal Draw. Anyway. Yeah, if you just use Mortal Draw straight off on them, they'll have a tendency to hit you while you're doing it. It's best to actually shield and block their first attack, and then use Mortal Draw. Anyway, we're encountering a new enemy here. I'm switching up to bomb arrows. Here is an Armos. Because they'll move around like this and try and hit you with their hammer. What you want to do is circle behind them and hit that kind of symbol crystal thing that's on their back. Alternatively, bomb arrow. And they'll jump around for a bit like this, in the way that Armos are tended to do, and explode. Yes, so that makes a chest appear, which is always good. They'll take 3 hits the normal way, or just 1 hit always from a bomb arrow, so bomb arrows are always the easiest way of doing it. Anyway, this early into the dungeon, you can tell, dungeon map. There's only ever 4 things in the dungeon that'll actually cause the animation. There's the dungeon map and the compass, there is the dungeon item, little chest up here which I'm going to grab, and there is the big key. You know it's not going to be the dungeon item or the big key yet, so you knew it was probably going to be the dungeon map or the compass, and it's weird having the compass without the dungeon map. It can happen, it's just extremely unusual. Anyway, if we grab these little things again, I don't know what they're actually called, and I don't think they have an official name. When I was a child, I always used to call them, because I'm weird, jugulars, because they kind of look like a jug, but they also look like a person. They got it kind of where the wild things are kind of feel to it. That can't just be me. And yeah, so I always refer to them as jugulars in my head, even though that's actually the name of one of the major veins running through... Wait, is it an artery? No, it's a vein in the neck. The artery is the carotid. It's a vein in the neck, and it's one of the things... It's one of the reasons why people die quite quickly if you cut their neck open. And this conversation's taken a very morbid turn. But yes, jugulars I refer to them as. Anyway, large open room here. And this room actually covers a grand total of 3 floors. So, yes. Oh no! Well, think back to the Goron Mines, ladies and gentlemen, and remember Armos. Not Armos, Beamos. Because Beamos return in this dungeon, but in a different form. These are Temple of Time past Beamos things, which I think look quite cool. There's some things, that's what I mean, they run into you, and they'll hit as soon as they run into you. So if you're going to do a Mortal Draw, wait for them to hit you once, then do it. Also, Lizzlefoss here are a good example of a chance where the ending blow is really effective, because you can end the battle with a Lizzlefoss like twice as quickly if you use the ending blow well. Remember this, Poe behind that gate. I won't be dealing with it for a while, but you never know. Again, block his first hit, then Mortal Draw. The only issue is when you've just killed a Lizzlefoss, it'll make you do that fancy putting your sword away animation thing, so Mortal Drawing multiple of them in a row, so he makes you do that every time, so Mortal Drawing multiple of them in a row is not the easiest thing. Anyway, there's a central area here that's full of nasties, but it's also blocked by an electrical gate, so we'll come back to that a bit later. By nasties, I mean spiders. Yeah, I wasn't kidding about the whole arachnophobia thing, so this will be a fun test of my audience. Let's see who's arachnophobic. I know at least some of you will be, because I know the kind of people who watch my content. Not the arachnophobes specifically watch my content, but there are a number of people who I know specifically watch the channel who are also specifically arachnophobes. So, that was my only real point there. But, yes. Anyway, if we come up here, locked door, and spinning thing, with spinning things on it. If we come to the central bit here, this basically will allow us to traverse the room up and down. If we push it forwards, then we start to descend. And we descend into that area which I said was full of nasties and was guarded by an electric gate. So, these are Goma larvae. They're tiny little spiders. They actually don't really notice you at all. As in, they don't react to you. So these is where I find to take them out, genuinely. Even though we've got like the spin attack and we've got the jump attack, they're actually weirdly not great at taking out masses of enemies. Just blending through them with bow and arrow actually is the quickest way of taking out these hordes of Goma larvae. So yeah, jump attack kind of works, but also kind of not. They have a tendency to drop bows and arrows. Yes, arrows, not bows. We already have a bow, we just need the arrows. Yeah, they have a tendency to drop arrows quite a lot, so that's unlocked the way back out of here, just killing all of them. But we don't actually need that. What we want to do is just pick up this jugular that's down here, plop him down on this bit, and bring him up with us. Now, we pick up the jugular, and we watch out for these little spinning... I think of them as still as wind temple traps from Wind Waker, because that was where I first came across them. I think they're just called spike traps, but I first came across them in the wind temple of the Wind Waker, hence wind temple traps. Anyway, there's one, you'll notice there's another plate there, and if we do that, if we come around to the side here, you'll notice there's another jugular here. So I guess what you're supposed to do is bring this first one across and then be like, hey wait, I'm missing a jugular, and then head downstairs and grab the other jugular. But I did that first, because I'm efficient like that. Anyway, if we put that one down here, then that thing raises up, but it raises up too high and we can't get onto it. So, pick the jugular back up, go onto it, and then place the jugular onto it from... place the jugular onto it from here, and then just ride it up. There's a bit of a delay, so you can actually technically run onto it fine anyway. Let's head through here. So, the door's locked with what appears to be a... Oh, fuck, what's it called? That Jewish candle thing. It looks like that, definitely. God. My brain can only think of Hanukkah, and it's definitely not Hanukkah. It's not a dreidel either. It's, you know what I mean. I'm going to put it on the screen, because otherwise it'll annoy me. Anyway, there's two Armos here, but we can just take them out, as we learnt earlier, with bomb arrows, and just stand back. And with both Armos dead, a chest spawns in. But we're not actually going to go to that chest straight away. The door's unlocked as well with the almost dead. But there's another chest in here, which is just up here, which I believe contains 20 rupees. Correct. Go me. And then if we grab the chest that just appeared, is that the one on the left or the right? It's not. It's in the alcove to the right. Wow. Left. Stage left, I suppose. No, stage right. It really depends what stage is in this context. East, I suppose, is the easiest way to think of it. And that gives us a small key. And if you remember, across the other side of the spinny chamber room thing was, I pointed out specifically, a locked door. So let's just head straight over there. One of the things you'll definitely notice with this temple is you're always going up it. If we look at the map, you actually just go all the way up to the top. And it's interesting in that sense. So, yeah, you'll see, beginning of next episode, probably one of the reasons I kind of love this temple. Let's kill this Armos, Bmos when we've got the chance. And here's an interesting mechanic. If we come over to where the Bmos is, and we shoot back at that thing, changes to red. And a lot of the doors in the room slide around. And on account of that, we're through here now, so we can head through here, stand here. And so we can't proceed that way, because the door's locked, but we can flick them back over. Or not. Menorah! Ah! That's a strange thing to suddenly shout, but that's the name of the Jewish candle holder thing with the 9 things on that represents the 9 days that someone was doing something. I should really know that. Well, I mean, I'm not Jewish, but it should be common knowledge. But yeah, or is it 10 candles? No, it must be 9. Or is it 7? Okay, I'm clearly very ignorant in this area. But yes, no, menorah, that's the name of the Jewish candle thing that looks like the locked doors on this. Trust me, I'm a bit crazy. I was about to say I'm not crazy, but I definitely am. Anyway, this little fuss is wearing a mask, which doesn't seem to mean shit all. He still just dies in exactly the same amount of hits. So, now we enter a slightly larger room that still has the same little trick of this switch. And of course it has to zoom in and show the whole camera thing every time. And we've freed another Lizalfos. They're everywhere in this temple. And block the first shot, then mortal draw. Oh! Ah! Say hello to a Dynalfos. It's a fully armoured Lizalfos, and it's a bitch to fight. As in it can block essentially everything you do, even freaking shield attacks. But the way to fight it is, you gotta wait for it a moment, and then that's your moment. When it's just attacked is pretty much the only time it's vulnerable. Ugh. You can outfox it slightly if you do a backslice like that. Yeah, there you go. But also, yeah, it falls over and it looks like you got a chance to do a finishing blow, but you really haven't. And nope, there is literally a split second in which you can finish it. But generally, once you've knocked them off guard once, then they'll stay off guard as long as you keep the offensive up on them. But they are a bugger to fight a Dynalfos, but there's only a couple in the whole game. And that's one of them. I think that's the only one in this temple. Anyway, if you shoot that, then the things will switch back over. In the kind of, if you were to continue along and left from here, kind of like there-ish, there's a chest, but we actually can't get to it for now. So we'll come back here later. Oh, you know what I was saying about there only a few Dynalfos in the game? Here's another one. Excellent. But if you just, yeah, if you shield attack there, you can sometimes get a Helm Splitter off on them, which is enough. But usually they block your shield attack with their shield. So it's a real bitch. And I didn't even do that. I'm not doing any of this. My nunchuck's still going a bit crazy. You know how I've been bitching literally? I looked it up now. I've been bitching for the last year about the quality of my nunchuck, how it's having problems, and I still haven't fixed it, because it was in Metroid Prime, which was this time last year, which is remarkable, because this Let's Play has literally lasted, like, at this point, 9 months, which is crazy. Oh my god, Dynalfos, will you not just die? Dynalfos, more like. Yeah, I've been doing this Let's Play for an extremely long time. There we go! I should have done a Helm Splitter there, but I didn't. Oh, damn, just missed the time, but I can still just about get it again. I just missed the timing on the finishing blow. I think that Sword Flourish was deserved. But yeah, no, I started this Let's Play in, well, I finished Metroid Prime in, like, October-ish. Then I started this one in January, because I took the time off for various reasons. And it's just, yeah, this has just been a really slow one for some reason. It's been a long project, but also I was so busy this year with like having to hand in my master's thesis and get that all published and whatnot, which is all done, this is nice and out of the way now. Look for the upcoming publication coming out soon. It's going to be very exciting. It's if you're into fish physiology and behavior, then this is for you. And if thermal preferences of fish and how that affects physiology and behavior are your specialist area, then get that publication. If not, you actually then probably won't have access to that publication anyway. But yeah, upcoming in, by now, 2017, almost certain. As in, it's not 2017 now, but it'll be 2017 before it's published. But yeah, I guess I should probably go into some detail of what that means, since I'm just talking and killing baby, like, Goma larvae anyway. But yeah, no, I'm a scientist, and I'm about to publish my first work in a peer-reviewed journal, which is very exciting. Because that's a big thing for scientists that they do all the time. This is my first time properly doing it, so yay, I'm about to be a legit scientist, which is all extremely exciting. Anyway, with all those Gomas killed, well, baby Goma, a chest appears, which I believe just contains money, but also still handy to have, because we have that massive wallet that we've actually already halfway filled. But we'll need that. God, will we need that for later. It's 50 rupees. Perfect. So, let's head upstairs. And this room, there's a reason why I refer to this room as the Room of Balance. Because this thing is some scales of justice. Also, listen carefully. You will hear a Poe. But yes, this is all about weight. If you chuck this jugular up there, you will even the weight between both sides. Start on here, and you'll fall again. But you can just climb up on this side anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Pretty straightforward puzzle, actually. That reminds me of the Tower of the Gods in Wind Waker, which has a similar kind of thing when you've got those guideposts of the goddess things that you're bringing around with you. Anyway, let's kill this fucker. Also, this room is always really interesting, because those things start off in phase, but then they kind of shift out of phase, and then if you watch them, I think they kind of slowly come back together again. It's like that gif with the Newton's Cradles, where you have Newton's Cradles, but you start them in a kind of off-phase pattern, and they wobble wildly, and then they come back to being exactly in phase again. It's really cool. But is there another Dynalfos here? Oh no, there's just Lizalfos, that's fine. I think they're actually the same species, because I know Lizalfos and Dynalfos are different things. I may be wrong in I refer to the fully armoured ones as Dynalfos, They actually might just be the same. They're just armored Lizalfos, more armored Lizalfos. But ow. Okay, that didn't go too well. Anyway, if you come past this Indiana Jones shit, then we get a small key. Do remember to grab this, otherwise you'll cause yourself some hardship a bit later. Head through there. Oh, nope. Okay, actually that worked pretty well. Head around all these various things. Pick up a jugular, because there's a switch there, which we need a jugular for. I'm not going to make it! I made it. Just put the jugular down on the switch. And the electric fence deactivates itself. And we can head up here, where there are some Gomas and some Armos. So let's kill the baby Gomas first, because that'll probably be more annoying. I'm actually running low-ish on arrows. Not that low, really. 17 out of 60. Hopefully some of these will... There we go. We'll drop some arrows. Generally, like, yeah, if you shoot the baby Gomas with arrows, they will actually tend to drop more arrows than you actually used on them anyway. That makes a chest appear. Doesn't actually help us in the way that we're supposed to be going, but soon I'll get there. How long has this episode been? Are we getting towards 25 minutes again? Man, I'm on the longer side for the last couple of episodes. But hey, it's been a while. We haven't recorded in ages, so I hope you'll excuse it. In fairness, no one has ever actually complained... Oh, not the lantern. No one's ever actually complained about episodes being too long. It's only me who doesn't like... Okay, you've got to actually wait for them to wake up before you bomb arrow them. There we go. Yeah, no one's actually ever directly complained to me about episodes being too long, ever. No one's even said anything about it. No one said, ooh, these episodes are a bit longer. I like 20 minutes. I like to aim for it. Killing the Armos is what opens the door there. But we've got a chest here, which contains another 50 rupees. You see why I wanted to get the wallet expansion before this dungeon. But yeah, 20 minutes is the nice episode length to aim for. And let's hope that we're just about at it, because I am calling the episode here. Because, look on the map, there's something exciting through that door. But you're not going to get to find out what it is until 2 days from now. Because I'm now aiming to upload this more regularly. Just checking my schedule. Yeah, this is now scheduled to go up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week. Because I want to actually really crack on with this. Because as I say, I don't want this project to have lasted a whole year. Because this can't be my longest project. If this is, well, actually, it will be my longest project in terms of episodes. Because we're on what now? 35. This will probably actually. This will definitely beat Wind Waker. It may well beat Mass Effect. Mass Effect was on 51 episodes. It'll beat it for episodes, probably not actual raw time spent, just because so much was cut out of Mass Effect, because there's a lot of crap in that game. But yes, we've got the key, we've got this door, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for some more Twilight Princess as we find out what's through this door. Thank you very much, and good day.